Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Sorry I'm late. Welcome to Bull City Hangout 221. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, this Durham's online community paper, which you can check out in its entirety at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and I invite you to click on that link on the Durham Skywriter Facebook page if you'd like to join me on camera, to shoot the breeze, say hello, promote yourself, promote your business. That would be super awesome. It would also be awesome if you share this out so that more people here in Durham can find out what's happening. So starting out on the Word page, that is the government and nonprofit information page, where there's some really good programs and services that are being offered by local nonprofits, the city, county, and state. Also, you can get help paying your heating bill. You can get help paying your water bill. You can get your tax done for free. So just go up and down the Word page and see what you can sign up for. Okay, there's a city vacancy you might want to know about if you have special interest in this area. If you want to kick off a political career, there is an opening on the Durham City County Environmental Affairs Board. So if you have a special interest in that area, then let them know by end of day today that you're interested, and see if you can get chosen and join that board. Okay, the Durham County libraries are open until 8, except for Bragtown. Bragtown is open until 6. Then the libraries reopen tomorrow at 9:30, and Bragtown reopens at 10. And a lot of people ask, why is Bragtown so different? Bragtown is arguably, I would say, the smallest of all the Durham County libraries. It's wonderful. I stop by there at least once a month to drop off flyers for senior pharmacists. And it's actually, the history of it is interesting. They just celebrated their 50th or 60th? 50th year, I think. What happened was, okay, so back in the day, before integration, the Stanford L. Warren Library was the Negro Library, and the folks over east in Bragtown, they wanted a library as well. And that was, I guess, back then it was all African-American or mostly African-American. And so the men got together and they built that's why it looks like a house. They essentially built a house, and that houses the Bragtown Library. So that was the branch library of the Stanford L. Warren Library. So like I said, this is before integration. So Bragtown was a branch library of the Negro Library. So that's why it has a special place in my heart, but it is the smallest of all the libraries. And I guess it serves the community very well. And I guess maybe it's staffing, maybe it's programming, I don't know. But the timing is a little different for Bragtown as opposed to all the other library branches and the main library. All righty. Speaking of libraries, let's see. Okay, I just mentioned that. So let's see what's happening at the Durham Tech Small Business Center, because that is where you can take in-person free classes all about being an entrepreneur. Also, you can take online classes, and that's what I'm going to address today, because there's no in-person classes this week as far as I know. So across the state, all the different community colleges, they offer these free classes. You can attend any of them. They're all free. So I choose about 3 per day so that I can announce them to you. And if you actually want to look at all the classes, because I don't have space or the ability to list them all, but you can see all the ones that I had to leave out by clicking on the link that's on the Word page. So let's see what classes we can attend today. Let me scroll down here. Let's see, Durham Tech. Now, the Durham Tech Small Business Center is downtown, by the way. It's not over by Durham Tech. It is actually downtown. So let us see what we can attend today. Today's the 21st. Okay, here's the class from 5 until 7, creating an operations plan to build and grow your business. Again, these classes are totally free. So sign up by clicking on the link that's on the Word page. You go to durhamskywriter.com, go to the Word page, and then scroll down to where it says Durham Tech. Okay, let's see if there are any other classes today. Here's another one from 6:30 until 8 o'clock. Black Business Accelerator Series, Week 1. Business Ideation and Market Research. So this is for people who are at the beginning stages of starting their business. So that's from, again, 6:30 until 8. So you can click on that link and go ahead and register for that one. And here's another one. Now, this is going to be tomorrow, but I'm letting you know now because it's tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So it is how to start a nonprofit organization. Okay, you might want to do that as well. So check those out. Let's see what else is happening. SCORE is going to have a webinar. Their webinars are also free. Both entities offer these free webinars, and they're not pre-recorded. I mean, you can actually join in. You can ask questions. So that's what I like about the fact that they have these webinars. They're not stale. They're not pre-recorded. Not that pre-recorded things are always stale, because they're not. But anyway, let's see what's happening tomorrow. So tomorrow at 1 o'clock, SCORE, by the way, SCORE is the Service Corps of Retired Executives, and they have mentors. You can get a free mentor. You can meet with them over the phone or in person or however you want to meet. So let's see, tomorrow's class, Simple Tips for Managing Your Finances. And again, that is a live webinar tomorrow at 1. And they usually last for about an hour at SCORE. Okay, let's go to the health page. Got your COVID numbers if you're interested in that. And in fact, what I'm going to do is to click on the big blue health events button at the top of the page. That lets us know what support groups are meeting. So let's scroll down to 21. And let's see what is indeed happening. Let's see. So, right. The American Dance Festival, they have these weekly classes for people with Parkinson's and also their caregivers. So today's class is the dance for Parkinson's. So it's a class, you dance, you have fun, totally free. So it's from 2 until 3:15 today. And I do have the phone number in case you need it, to ask a question or two. Also happening today, the Duke Cancer Patient Support Program, they're having their metastatic cancer support group meeting for women. That's going to be online from 3 until 4:30. And again, it's run by Duke. Here's another one, the Blood and Marrow Transplant Survivorship Support Group. They're going to be meeting today online from 4 until 5:30. And let's see. Oh, and then tomorrow, the American Dance Festival, again, will have a Parkinson's Wellness Recovery class from 2 until 3:15. I'll remind you about that tomorrow. All right, let's see. Let's go to the senior page, Senior Scope. Let's see. Let's see what's happening at the Durham Center for Senior Life, shall we? 406 Rigsby Avenue, downtown. Let's see, with today being Wednesday. Oh, if you like tech, check this out. So they have a series of classes, totally free. You don't even have to register. So today, New World, New Skills from 1 until 2:15. This is where you get to learn how to better use your smartphone, your iPad, computer, whatever. Also happening this afternoon, Super Agers, people who are seniors who love tech, and you can get advanced tech tips. That's going to be from 2:15 until 3. Don't have to sign up for that either. And then tomorrow, Tech Talk, tips for smartphone users, and that's going to be tomorrow, 9:30 until 10:30. All righty, let's see what else is happening. Oh, guitar. Okay, wait. Oh, wait. If you can get there quick enough, you can join the juggling club. They juggle at the Drum Center for Senior Life. How about that? So the juggling club starts at 12:30. So if you can get down there fast enough, you can join in. You don't have to register. Bring your, whatever you juggle with, the bowling pin things or foam Nerf balls or whatever. So that should be really fun. This is going to be today, starting at 12:30. Also, take your guitar in, and they have an acoustic guitar club. There's usually about half a dozen people there, and it's really fun. I went last week, so it's super duper fun. So 3:30 until 4:30. Now I don't happen to have an acoustic guitar. I have an electric guitar. So I bought this tiny little amp, and they were intrigued because it's a little 10-watt amp, and so I was able to join in with my electric guitar. So you don't have to register. Bring your guitar, bring your axe, as they say, and then join them this afternoon. I won't be joining them because I do have to do some work for senior pharmacists, but that's going to be from 3 until 4:30. Let's see. I think there's a couple other things. Oh, is that today? Wait a minute. Let me scroll down. Ooh, Roxanne is here. She had such a good show yesterday. I'll bring her on right after the weather. I hope you did catch her show. And if you missed it, it's on the Durham Skywriter Facebook page. Let's see. I think painting is today. It sure is. Painting with police. It's like a workshop where you get to paint with the police. You're talking about stuff. Maybe you always wanted to talk with the police, but you want to make it more casual and less scary or whatever, however you might view speaking with the police. So you're painting together, you're having conversations. So maybe you can ask the questions that you wanted to ask while you're painting in a casual manner. So you do have to register. So call if you can. See if you can slip in. It is starting after all in just a few minutes at 12:30, and it's a 3-hour event. So you might want to check it out. So if you can just real quick, just call 919-688-8247, extension 110, and see if you can slip in there. Also happening on Friday, you do have to sign up for this, from 9 until 1. This is this coming Friday, day after tomorrow. Get help signing up for the 𝗕𝗓𝗧𝗬 program. And that is the Low Income Energy Assistance Program, where DSS, they pay $300, $400, or $500 to Duke Energy, wherever you get your heat, to help you with your heating bill if you qualify. So definitely, oh, my throat is dry. So definitely see if you can get an appointment between 9 and 1 this coming Friday for that. Let's see. Oh, here's another thing happening Friday. Nutrition Today, that's the name of the program. They're going to have a cooking demonstration hosted by the Interfaith Food Shuttle. That's going to be Friday from 10 until noon, so you might want to check that out as well. I don't think you have to register for that one. Also happening Friday, just to let you know in advance, the Black History Month celebration with North Carolina Poet Laureate Jackie Shelton Green. That's going to be Friday from 1 until 3. Definitely register for that. That should be really great. Let's see. Yeah, you do have to register for that one, extension 110. Okay, let us very quick. Oh, don't forget to sign up for the Durham Senior Games. So on the same page, you just scroll down to Durham Parks and Recreation and go ahead and sign up for the Durham Senior Games. They're going to have sports, so you can compete in horseshoes and let's see, horseshoes. They're going to have like football toss. I think they still have that. Basketball, like 3-on-3 basketball. All the different sports. They don't have billiards this year, sadly. I hope they can bring that back next year rather. Now, if you don't want to compete in sports, they have what they call senior silver arts, and that is where you get to compete with story writing, storytelling, comedy, painting, drawing, etc. So check it out. You do have to pay. It's a very low fee of, I think it's $18. I think you get a discount if you have the Durham Parks and Recreation Play More card. So it should be lots of fun. By the way, if you're going to compete in golf, come to think of it, you do have to pay a little extra because after all, I guess golf is kind of an expensive sport. So you do have to pay a little extra for that. But otherwise, it's like $18 or so. All righty, the last page we're going to visit is the Let's Go page, the calendar of events page, and then we'll talk to Roxanne about her show yesterday, which was at 7:30. I got to watch it. And like I said, if you missed it, you can always watch the replay. Okay, it's the 21st. So as long as you get in the door, if you need help from Catholic Charities, If you can get in the door by 1, you can be served as long as they haven't run out of food by then. But the Catholic Charities, they run the Durham Community Food Pantry. And this is in between the Scrap Exchange and the new Lincoln Community Health Center in the Lakewood Shopping Center at 2020 Chapel Hill Road. So basically, you get in, you talk to a social worker. Now, if you've been in there before, I think you just show them your card or something. Anyway, you talk to a social worker, let them know what you need. They'll get some food together for you. This should probably last up to a week. They want to know how many kids you have, etc. Also, let them know if you need diapers, because they have pull-ups, newborn up to toddler age, and then they have the big ones for adults, like if you're taking care of someone with Alzheimer's or for whatever reason you need them. They have them. Also, let them know if you need other things. You never know what they have out back, because people are always donating shoes and clothing, all kinds of things. So whatever you need, just ask. They might have it out back. So that's going to be today until 1. So it's Wednesdays and Thursdays, 10 to 1. If you can't make it by 1 today, with it being Wednesday, then you can go between 5 and 7. Okay, Boxyard RTP is hosting the Reggio Garnett Mitchell Trio. That's a Latin jazz group. So they'll be playing. Actually, they just started playing, and they'll be there until 2. Let me give you the address, 900 Park Offices Drive. It might be a little nippy out, but they do have heaters overhead, so you should be okay. You go there, you sit for free, maybe take your laptop, do some work. You'll be surrounded by eateries, so if you get hungry, just make a quick purchase. New Visions, they'll be giving away meals today for people in need from 3 until 6. They're at 1306 Fayetteville Street, right next door to W.D. Hill Recreation Center. Kings Park International Church, they'll be hosting the food pantry and clothing closet from 5 until 6 this afternoon, and they're at 1305 Odyssey Drive. It's game night at Boxyard RTP, again, Boxyard. So you can go there from 5:30 until 8:30, sit out there, meet new friends, play board games, have a good time. And like I said, free admission. Now, if you like a good old classic Japanese monster movie, go to the Carolina Theater of Durham downtown on what is that street? Morgan Street, and they're going to have what they call the Kaiju. They said Kaiju Quest film series. Today's movie, Godzilla versus Gigan. So it's a 1972 rated G movie. It's going to be really super fun because it's in Japanese. So you get used to reading the English trailer. You get used to it. It might be strange at first, but you get used to it real fast. And it makes it really fun to actually hear the Japanese. So the tickets are $10. I've got a link so you can watch the trailer to make sure you want to see it. And then there's another link you can click and purchase your ticket in advance. Also happening today, Brett's open mic is 7 until 10 at the Blue Note Grill downtown on Washington Street, where they have great music. You pay $5, you have a seat, enjoy yourself. The house band, including Brett on drums, I think, although the picture shows him playing trumpet, the picture on Facebook. But anyway, they'll be playing R&B, smooth jazz, funk, etc. You can hop on stage, you can join them. Should be lots of fun. And again, that is from 7 until 10 at the Blue Note Grill. North Carolina Central University's Department of Music. They'll be presenting the String Queens in concert at the Hayti Heritage Center, Fayetteville and Lakewood Streets tonight at 7:30. The String Queens, it's an African-American string trio, and they have a wide repertoire from Baroque, classical music, all the way up to jazz, all the way up to today's hits. So that must be really wild. Tickets are $30, $17 for students. And I do have a link so you can click and get those tickets. One last thing happening tonight. Off the 147 Comedy, they're hosting the Comedy Showcase. That's going to be at Bull City Cider Works on South Roxborough Street from starting at 8 o'clock. Stand-up comedy. Tonight's host is Ferris Randolph. And then the comedians tonight will be Greg Capra, Tony Castleberry, Demarcus Gray, Patty Pruitt, Adam Riast, Johnny Royal, and Rob Schneider. Free admission, a fun night out. Now, tomorrow, if you have little dinkies, the book harvest is going to have stories from the start, bilingual story time for babies ages 0 to 2. 0 sounds so weird, but this is say from birth to 2. So basically, from 9:30 until 10:30, the kids will gather around and listen to some lovely stories in English and in Spanish, followed by music and nursery rhymes, a little movement, and then each family gets to choose a book to take home to read together, which I think is very sweet. So sign up in advance by clicking on the link that's right there on the Let's Go page. And again, that's tomorrow, 9:30 to 10:30. Okay, I told you about the food pantry tomorrow, starting at 10. Wake Moody, pop soul singer-songwriter, he'll be performing at Boxer at RTP tomorrow at noon, and I'll remind you about that tomorrow as well. Okay, let's check the weather. Grab my phone and check the weather app. It's 51 right now, not bad for the middle of winter. It's sunny right now, and it's supposed to be sunny all day long with a high of 56, just short of 60, but that's not bad at all. Now, tomorrow, 63. How about that? It's going to be 63 degrees. Oh, it's going to be cloudy, but that's okay. Still, it's going up to 63. And it looks like Friday, 63 with rain. And then Saturday, it's going to be in the lower 50s. Next week, it's going up to 70. Is that crazy? I am loving this. This winter's not, at least for me, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Let's bring on Roxanne. And let's see what's happening in the triad. Wait, she has a message for me. Oh, thank you for sharing my YouTube show last night. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let's bring her on. Let's bring her on. Roxanne, what's new?
I wanted to come on and say thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
All you've done in helping, spread awareness and being on here and talking to people, getting the word out.
You had, sometimes when people say, let us know where you're from, I'm like, oh, that's so corny. But it's not corny when it's a friend's show, because I was impressed to see someone watch your show from Canada. Where was that in Canada? Somewhere in Canada.
Yeah, that's Bill. He helped me a lot.
Okay.
With getting my backgrounds, and setting them up and walking through everything with me, because I had no idea how to do Restream. So
yeah, I've never tried Restream. Was it easy, or?
After what I did, I made that background to welcome, on Canva. Okay. So I had to figure out how to move it from Canva over to Restream, and he was able to help me with that and make the letters show up better, and how to read stuff. So
Restream is like a live streaming, like what I'm doing now with StreamYard, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But somehow with Restream, you can go to more outlets.
I went to five. I went, to Facebook, to Instagram, LinkedIn, X now, and Twitch.
Twitch?
Yeah.
I saw, you know what? When I saw the comments, I thought that looked like Twitch, because it definitely didn't look the same as what I'm used to. I watch Twitch every now and then. There's a couple of hosts there I like to watch. Wow.
Yeah, I got to be put on there. So
Instagram. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. So
well, telling your story was really interesting, because
Thank you.
Was, I mean, not everybody is able to talk about their own story.
I think I'm a better interviewer than talking about myself.
That's everybody, though. It's hard to talk about. Yeah,
So, yeah. But
it's hard. It's not easy to talk about yourself, unless, of course, you're like a narcissist or something.
but I hope people understand and why I'm doing this. So I want to just come on and thank you.
Sure. When's your next show? And tell us the name of your show, because it's such a clever name.
Okay. Seizure of the Day.
All about epilepsy. I like that.
Yeah. Seizure. C's in quotes. You know, you have the old saying, seizure of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I put it as seize, like it seize the day, but
yeah,
I added the URE at
that's
the
clever.
end.
That's real clever. Do you have somebody lined up for your next show?
I am going to call someone that from India that I saw a YouTube on, and he was sounded real interesting. And I've already thought of questions for him, so I've got a little text sent on their the physicians, where you can leave comments to them.
Mm-hmm.
I left a comment on their website wanting to talk to him.
Wow. So because of the time difference, are you going to do it live, or are you going to pre-record it and then show it?
Ooh, I don't know how much the time difference is. We might have to do it. I might have to talk to him during lunch or something.
Okay, because
probably at least 8 hours.
Yeah, because I remember I interviewed a news crew from Kenya, and I think I had to do it at the end of what we would call our work day, which was, we're looking at my clock now, which was, I think, afternoon for them.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, because
I remember having to get up at 3 a.m. to interview somebody in Afghanistan.
Wow.
Yes, that was kind of. I had to set my alarm, and I was like, "Hello." No, I had to really.
Oh yeah, I bet.
You don't want to look haggard during your interviews.
Yeah.
To do. But I know what some people do. I'm trying to think who does this. I can't think of who does this, but a lot of people, they will pre-record the show and premiere it as a live show.
Oh.
So it's pre-recorded, but the host is there in the comments.
Okay.
So like you're watching the show with and answering questions as if you were live.
Okay.
So if the time difference is too weird and you just can't work it out, you might
look at the posts later and
and then make it a premiere. And plus, with a premiere, you can promote it like it's a real big deal. I mean, it will be a real big deal, but that allows you to really promote it.
I was happy. I looked at it, the show, and saw that some more people watched it later.
Oh yeah.
So I was happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually only have a couple of live viewers on Bull City Hangout, but I noticed most of the viewers are, after, the replay, so to speak. So
yeah.
Well, I got a thumbs up from someone I don't know. 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟. Do you know that person? Well, thank you for the like. I appreciate it. I really do. I was just looking to see how many people were watching. Yeah, I get more views on the replay, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Do you share your show on different pages? Because I share Bull City Hangout on a couple of pages here in Durham.
I'm going to, but it's counties with our epilepsy group. I put it on Forsyth County, where I'm from, but I'll share it. Yeah.
Yeah, that way you can get a little bit more attention because like me, you're dispensing information.
Yeah.
you know.
But you could probably tell I was real nervous. So I hope.
Well, I mean, we're all nervous at first. It gets easier as you continue to go on. One thing that we do have here in Durham, I don't know if you have it where you live. Toastmasters? Do you have Toastmasters where you live?
That sounds familiar.
It's a free club. It's like a club, and you learn with others how to speak. I don't know if you speak with notes or just without notes, but you learn to speak in public speaking.
I think it's online, isn't it?
Oh yeah, actually, if you don't have
They
it
have
where
a
you live,
group.
you can actually attend probably the Durham one because you can attend via Zoom.
Okay, that's where I've seen it.
Yeah, it's listed in the Skywriter. They just had a meeting this week on Tuesday. Wait, was it last week? They usually meet on, I think, Tuesdays. Yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah, I think they met yesterday.
Okay,
And
well,
it's early evening.
Interviewing the other people, I think, was just easier.
Yeah, yeah.
And asking them questions and listen to them answer them.
Mm-hmm.
But I was trying to go in order of
Mm-hmm.
my life and how everything's happened and now just doing better with this.
I think you did really well. Of course, it doesn't hurt to have a little cheat sheet.
Yeah.
You can see me glancing over, but I mean, I might not sit there and like actually read. I'm not like reading, but I do have keywords and just little notes to myself to help me continue on. So I see nothing wrong with that, and that really helps to pick up the pace and not have people wait too long while you're trying to get your thoughts together. You did really well, though.
Well, thank you, because sometimes I couldn't think of the word I wanted, so that showed people that was part of my problem. And
well, I do that too, but usually if I can't think of it, I'll just keep going.
I got out of order. I had to go back about Charity and taking medicine with her. And I didn't mention all the problems it could cause. Her heart to be outside her chest and her intestines to float around and the amniotic fluid. That was,
Wow.
I didn't mention that, but
wow.
That's why I said she was normal as could be. People, were on that medication. It's not supposed to be getting pregnant with her. That medicine was not supposed to break down the pill like the other one I was on when I found out after I got pregnant that it would.
Yeah. Everything turned out just fine.
Yeah. They're fine. They're opposites, but they're fine.
Yeah. That's good. That happens all the time where kids are opposites. My sister and I don't think we were opposites, but we were very different when we were little. I mean, we shared the same bedroom, but we were like really, because I was a quiet, introverted, strange little child, and she was a loud, I don't mean loud in a bad way, expressive.
That's the way I would say my oldest is.
Expressive, more outgoing.
Yeah.
So I would always follow her, and I defer to her now because of her advanced age. She's 2.5 years older. So but we're much more alike now because I'm not outgoing, but I'm better.
Well, you're out to be.
I'm better. I mean, if you see me out of my element, you'll realize, there's Pat's old self right there. Old shy Pat. But my sister is definitely more, low key now. But I think that comes with maturity and just getting older, and being outshouted by bigger people. But yeah, it happens. So we never had, we never had problems in terms of not getting along. I just
That's good.
realized that we were really just different, had different personalities, you know.
Yeah, that was it for mine.
Yeah.
So,
And as they get
well,
older, they're going to be, I bet they'll be more alike as they, when they get,
well,
because they're
they
younger
get
for
along
years.
better now.
Yeah. So you'll see,
Yeah.
you'll see it. They're gonna probably uh, get along so much better. Life does that to you too.
Yeah, it does.
You go through so many things. People get married and have children, and then
Mhm.
people, somebody will need help from the other, and then somebody, you you just learn to, you share your resources, and if you
Yeah.
love, I'm sure they love each other. So it's going to be beautiful to watch. You have a lot to look forward to.
I do. I just need people to talk. And
Mm.
one doctor that I knew from Blab, when we used to do Blab, I met him
Mhm.
there,
Wow.
and he has a show.
Mhm.
And
He
he
still
watched.
has a show to this day.
Yeah, he started a show,
Oh.
and he talks to all these physicians
Mm.
from wherever, and he watched my show.
Ooh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, I'm very glad, very happy to hear that, because I tell him when I read something interesting in journals,
Mhm.
maybe he would want to do a show about that
Mhm.
because like it's very some things are very interesting.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
uh, I'm gonna try to get my physician on there to
Okay.
talk.
What
And
about this guy? Is he going to come on your show?
oh, he might, but he's not a neurologist.
Mhm. Oh.
I forgot what he was. He's retired. I don't remember what exactly he did, but he's retired, and he liked doing this.
Mhm. Mhm.
So you wouldn't believe how many times he probably wakes up in the middle of the night because they're from all these other places.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Wow.
But he's had me on there before to ask questions as a patient
Oh, good.
to
Okay.
doctors. Yeah, so um,
Mhm.
it's very interesting. So um,
Awesome.
yeah, I was very surprised when he watched it and he said, "Good show." So I was like, "Oh, well, thank you." And
Mhm.
I asked him if he thought any of the other doctors would come on and
And he
talk.
said yes, I hope.
He hadn't read it yet, the
Oh,
text.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, it will be a great opportunity for you to share information. You know what? I just thought of something. Since you'll be talking to like medical people, sometimes when people are given a lot of information, sometimes it's a lot
mhm,
to take in.
right. I hope I make
I used to have a show. Now I had a newspaper in Chicago. That's where I started my little media career, I guess you could call it. And I had a show on WHPK, University of Chicago station, community station. When I first started, the guy who preceded me, he eventually had to leave because of his job just had more. They were asking him to do more and more, and he couldn't continue with the show. But what I really dug about what he did, he had an interview show, and he used some kind of an app. After the show was over, he had like a speech to text app. I think it's called Otter, and I think
okay.
it's free. I think it's free now. But
That
anyway,
sounds familiar. That
yeah.
sounds
So
familiar.
he would print an article. He would make the interview an article.
Okay.
So it
Yeah.
would be John colon, and then what he was saying,
Cool.
and
I
then
think I know what you're talking about.
Dr.
Yeah.
Smith, then what he was saying. So he
Mhm.
made it an article,
I
and
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just thought that was really, now what he did, this is back in the 90s. So he had like a little journal, little newsletter or something.
Well,
Of course, with this being, 2024, you could do the same with Otter. It still exists. And I just read about it again. I didn't know it still existed. And it's free now. You used to have to pay for it. And
oh, I
so,
might do that because
yeah, and you can make the article and put it on your website.
I have a separate website that I'm going to put the YouTubes on, and
Mhm.
I might just do that with writing
Yeah.
out or something like that.
Yeah,
And
especially.
Google
Mhm.
has a new app. Well, I don't know if you call it an app, but um, you can go on it and it will type out everything for you.
Oh,
I'll
wow.
have to look at it up again and tell you what it is. And it also finishes sentences for you if you like the way the sentence is.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. You just hit tab and it'll write it out. And
Wow.
yeah, I'll have to look. I've got it and I'll have to see the name of it for you.
There's a new browser. I can't think of the name. I think I have. I was watching. I was jotting notes. It's on my nightstand. If you can give me a second to run and get a slip of paper, I'm
Yeah.
already running out on you. I'll be right back. Talk
All right.
talk among yourselves. I'll be
Okay.
I'll be right back.
If anybody wants to be interviewed about what my epilepsy is like, or if you have epilepsy, I want to talk to you. And patients I want to get to know, or, I don't know any African American patients, and I want to see what their life is like with it. I mean, I hope that doesn't sound bad, but
Not at all.
and if I brush up on my Spanish, I'll talk to Hispanics.
Oh, okay. Or actually, I have interviewed people who spoke Spanish, and they would bring on either their child or someone who
Oh,
could translate. And
okay.
yeah, it works. Let's see. I'm looking for this. Let's see. That's it. Arc Search. ARC. Arc Search.
Oh,
And
that's right.
it
I got
comes.
an email about that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Whoa.
to
Well,
see if I wanted to add that and not use the Google one
wow.
that I
Okay.
was talking about.
I guess it somehow compiles information and resources if you're looking up information on whatever. Um,
Yeah, that's odd. Same thing. I just looked at my emails this morning and saw that.
wow. But there's another one. I thought there was another one. Uh, hmm. Because there was another one where you do the research and then they make like a little website for you, like a little web page for you, so you can go back. Let me see, because I have like a bunch of let's see. There's Arc Search. Here's My Mind. I couldn't find it though, so it might not be
Hmm.
around anymore, or maybe it's not out yet, but it's called My Mind. So you can save articles that you come across and also
Oh,
videos. And it has a TLDR feature. So
okay.
for you who don't know, TLDR is too long, didn't read. So if you don't have time to read it, you can click on it and save it so you can read it later. But
Okay.
I was unable to find it, but it's called My Mind. But Arc Search is something that I want to look into.
I definitely will today too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also AI Writer has prompts and it'll help you write your article. I think you give it prompts and it'll, to help it along. But I'd be worried about writing about anything medical with AI, because you have to be concise and accurate with medical stuff. You just can't be tossing out stuff without knowing if it's
Right.
true or not. So, oh yeah, so Otter. Okay, so Otter Okay, so not only does it transcribe your speech, your interview, whatever, you can also tell it to summarize.
Mm.
So it can summarize your whole conversation, which
Wonderful.
I guess you could use, I guess, in the description of the YouTube video, or you know how it is with well, you have read, you said you've read studies, and often you read studies. There's usually an abstract, like a
Yeah.
one paragraph summary before you read the study. So maybe you could use Otter to help you to write those for not only your
Yeah.
YouTube videos, but also for those articles that you're going to write, have
Thank you
transcribed for
for
you.
reminding me about those. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely check out Otter. From what they made it sound like it was free, so I think it is free. Because when it first came out, I don't think it was free.
And you know, I want to mention these two guys on Instagram. And they've started a show that they bring people on, and they're African American. And I've talked to them, and they are so nice about talking about their epilepsy and having other people. And they break it down every day to what they're going to talk about. I caught them talking about women and epilepsy. And there was a lot that come on their show and talked. So let's see. Let me Voice of Scars.
You can write that down. Voice of Scars. That's an interesting name.
It is.
Would you call it a podcast or what?
Well, it's on Instagram. It's a show. It's going right now.
Okay. Okay.
They are, and have somebody come on. So
right now.
Yeah.
Sure.
And they are so nice. And I mean, asking you these questions, letting you talk, but they have a time frame because they have a lot of people that want to come on.
Wow.
So they have like a 3 to 5 minute time frame where you can talk. But yeah, I really like theirs.
Are you going to go on there? Do you want to go on?
I already have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I already have. I mentioned something and with the underneath, and they said, let's get Roxanne up and let her mention what she's talked about. So
wow.
Like I say, driving is a privilege.
That
was under when they talked about PTSD. You had that with epilepsy. So I was telling them about how if I had to reschedule something or not go to the store, I would break down and cry sometimes.
Oh.
Because that's why I say driving is a privilege.
Wow.
Yeah. And they liked that because they had never heard anybody say that. Wow. So they agreed after,
yeah.
If you still have them and not drive, they let me say that. I don't think mine is PTSD with that. It's just sometimes it's so hard for me that that's why they put me on there.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah, they're great.
Are they daily or weekly?
Daily.
Whoa.
And they have got a lot of followers.
Wow. That's really impressive.
It is.
Go on Instagram more. I'm going to go look for them.
You need to. There's a lot more people talking. than there are on Facebook now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
When I looked around and saw how many people were going to start their show or just talk, it was unbelievable.
Well, I can broadcast. I wrote it down. There's a whole bunch of things that you have to do from StreamYard in order to broadcast on Instagram. And I need to learn how to do that.
Yeah. 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 Try that because there's a lot more people watching on Instagram.
Oh, what state are they in? Do you know?
I do not know. Maybe they have it under their names or something.
I don't know why. I just assumed that they're in a gigantic city to be daily and to have guests available every day to talk about epilepsy. I figured they're probably in LA or New York or something, or Atlanta.
One of them is the 𝗕𝗓𝗧𝗬.
𝗕𝗓𝗧𝗬. I like that. Okay.
And one's Ghost. They must call one of their shows Ghost.
Well, that's interesting.
Gonna lie, I would forget.
Whoops. I got him talking. Let me pause him or something.
It's not multiple people.
I have to close it. Okay, there we go. Trying to pull the other guy up underneath him. But it's like when we get out and people on here, they've heard other people talk, and then they come up and say, I've never thought of that, and things like that. So
that's good. That's the best reason to have a show, to surprise people with good information.
Yeah. Oh, here he is. Oh, shoot. It's bringing up the show.
If you can get a good following like that, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But it would be, I guess, more useful in your case for a lot of the people to be from North Carolina, because you've got to get those things passed, like the one teacher per school getting training in epilepsy, what to do when a child has epileptic seizure. Got to get that in the schools.
Yeah, you do. So, but thank goodness my kids know what to do when they see somebody have one. So
yeah, wow,
that works out good.
Well, that is wonderful. Well, I'm going to skip out because I have to do some work for senior pharmacists. It's not really work. I mean, I really enjoy my work. They say if you enjoy it, it's not really work.
Well, yeah, right.
And basically, I share information about senior pharmacists, and
that's good. Yeah,
that means talking with people, and
well, I didn't mention the Epilepsy it's Epilepsy Alliance in Winston-Salem is helping patients with their medication price.
Are they?
Yes, they are. Okay. They helped me.
Excellent.
They paid $897 1 month for mine.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
That is a lot. And then that was at the beginning of the year. That was January when, I have to meet a certain amount before it starts getting lower. But I was lucky to find insurance that wouldn't go any higher than $11.
Okay.
So thank goodness.
I can't imagine having
it was true.
$800 for medication.
I would have had to do that last month, but they did it for me.
Wow.
Epilepsy Alliance.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can you get it every month?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what they're doing now. I'm more helping people like that and fundraising for medication because it costs so much. So, call them and ask.
I wonder, would it be helpful to them if you partnershipped with them in terms of your show?
I could, yeah. I mean,
Why not talk to
Bring
people?
one of the ladies on the air that she's traveled and had been in conferences when we had an epilepsy foundation in North Carolina, but we don't. So she used to be with them, and I talked to her. She said she didn't like how they were spending their money.
Okay.
So she left them and started Alliance.
Nice.
And yeah, I'll have to bring her on.
Sure, because if they're helping you, why not turn around and help them?
Well, I stopped asking for their help because I want somebody else to have the money for somebody else. Since my insurance, I just found they called and said we have a new plan because I left them. We're going to have to talk about this on another show because I left that insurance plan and company and went to theirs because it's not higher than $11.
Oh.
And I waited to see if that one medication that costed that much would be on that list, and it was. So I didn't. I told them, don't let, they don't have to pay for it anymore. So I have that money because I could pay $11.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, definitely have them on your show so they can get some, because people will donate.
Yeah.
Because people are nice, but they need to know what's happening so they can help. People like to help.
But we'll have to talk about that another time.
Okay.
Because they are really helping, yeah.
For sure. Okay. Well, I'm going to start my work day. And Roxanne, thanks for coming on the show. Your show yesterday was tops. While it was on, I actually shared it to the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 Facebook page, so it should still be there. And
I should have said thank you, but yeah, I saw that. So
that's why I
wanted to say thank you for everything.
One criticism.
What?
And I don't do it myself. I just say, bye, but they say you're supposed to end each show with a call to action. You want them to do something. And I always forget. Sometimes I remember to remind people to read the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟. But yeah. So maybe with every show, you can have one call to action where you want them to either go to your Facebook page or go to your website or check out the organization, the Alliance, or to even, if you request a donation, the Facebook algorithms might not like that, but I would say check out their website and see ways that you can get involved.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I think that would be very helpful to you and them.
Yeah, it will, because
and I have to remind myself. Usually I'm just like, bye, have a great day.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
They saw the name of it behind me partially.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, I'm going to leave and let you end by saying what they need to do.
Well, definitely, if I'm pointing in the right direction, definitely check out Roxanne Davenport. Follow her if you're interested in learning more about epilepsy. And especially if you have kids and you're trying to navigate what it's all about. A lot of times it's just not explained what it's all about. An epileptic seizure doesn't have to be necessarily falling to the ground. It could be like with you staring into space.
Yeah.
And people think you're kidding. They say, stop that. They think you're messing around.
Yeah.
So you can learn about all of that. So check out Roxanne Davenport. Follow her. Watch her show, Seizure the Day. What is it? Every other?
Yeah, every other Tuesday. But if there's someone that can only come on a certain day, I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, since we know Roxanne here at Bull City Hangout, we know that she'll help us to promote her. So we can always look forward to Roxanne being on the show.
Thank you.
And with that, Roxanne, have a beautiful day. And thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, see you soon. Super fun. Now, my call to action is for you to have a beautiful day. Check on your elders, make sure they're doing well. And while you're at it, when you have some spare time, check out the Durham Skywriter at durhamskywriter.com. With that, have a beautiful day, beautiful afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow at noon live for Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now.